Were people really blaming AJ Hinch though? Like AJ Hinch is not the one up there batting. Like this offense couldn't score today. Like he's not up there pitching. Like Joey Wentz couldn't throw any strikes. Are we really gonna blame AJ Hinch for this? Like,
You know, there you see some valid criticism about like Rogelio was saying, like why aren't you pinch hitting for this guy here or pinch running for that guy? I generally have had very little or issue with AJ Hinch's in game managing over the years. I think he's thoughtful. I think he thinks these things through ahead of time. I don't think he ever gets really caught off guard, and there's always a reason for him doing something. Whether or not that reason's good, I don't know. Like Zach McKinstry hasn't been a great big leaguer. Neither has Matt Vierling. But do you make a decision because he's 0 for 3 against a guy? I don't know. But it doesn't really matter because I do think the overall point is this was a very bad team last year, and from we don't know this for sure, but based on what they did, it sure seemed like Scott Harris was constrained on what he could spend money on, how much he could spend. And so his choices were, do I go for spending money on free agent hitters? Do I spend money on the bullpen? Do I spend money trying to get some pitching, some starting pitching? And I think he looked at it and said, well, the starting pitching is the biggest area of concern, even though it was a historically bad offense. He thought maybe I can trade some relievers for some hitters. And he did that. Uh, now, I don't think, I don't know. We haven't seen Nick Maton much. You know, we saw him in spring training and he looked good, and we've seen him through 7, 8 games this year. I don't think he's like going to hit .90. I don't think so. It's a really rough start. I don't think Javi Baez is going to hit under 200. There's just a lot of guys off to bad starts, and it's all happening at the same time. And it's baseball. And if it didn't happen, if it happened a month from now, we might not notice. But when you start like this, people really get upset. And it's like 3 years in a row where it started like this. So I understand the criticism, but it's 2 years ago, everybody was hailing AJ Hinch for turning a bad roster into a near 500 team. And then last year everything went to hell. And so far this year things aren't looking great. But it's just so early. I like Raj said, the 40 game thing has been around forever. I think it's valid. I also understand why people are upset because it's been non-competitive baseball. But yeah, I don't know. What if we can complain about Hinch? Nothing's going to change. I don't, you're just kind of yelling at the moon.